Hi guys, welcome to another All-Scale Trek product review. All-Scale Trek is an internet forum dedicated towards Star Trek model building. We build in all the scales there, everything from 1/2500th all the way up to the big 1/350 scale ships, and even 1/72nd, like the ship we're doing today, the USS Rio Grande from Deep Space Nine. Now this was a model kit that was originally put out in the 1990s, and it is being re-released this winter, so it should be hitting the hobby shops in just the next few weeks. Now the first thing you'll see about the box art is they are following the new unified Star Trek product box lines. So whatever product you're buying, whether it's a toy or a model, says Star Trek across the top, has a different color for the different series, a faction emblem, and then you've got whatever captain is for that franchise. So for the Katinga, you get a Klingon captain. For Deep Space Nine, you get Benjamin Sisko. And I've always liked Sisko. I like Avery Brooks. What I like about this box art, it shows actual pictures of built models. So this is not what an illustrator can draw. This is what you can do with the model. Down on the bottom, it has a quote from Benjamin Sisko, and I like that. It's a fun one about exploring. Kind of sums up Star Trek pretty well. Another good shot of a model. Down on this side, we have another model. This ship now comes with the dome base, an idea of what the decals look like. It's 12.5 inches long. And we have the bottom. More model shots, 42 parts. Shows that you can build it with the sensor pod or without. And we're definitely going to build it with. We're going to do everything we can with this model kit. Now, one thing that Round 2 is doing this year, I'm not sure if they started this with the Katinga or with that Bird of Prey and Oberst set. They're doing your paint guides on the box. So you get a fun color, glossy color picture of the model and what colors you should be using. You also have your decal placement along there. The nice thing about this is it gives you every shot they can. A back shot, a bottom shot, side profile, top and front, that optional sensor pod, and all your color callouts, so you can make your shopping list for heading to that hobby store. Now, I like this a lot. I like this more than the paint by numbers kind of guide where it just says paint everything labeled A red and just kind of draws you lines. I like seeing how the ship is supposed to end up. So I can tell I'm supposed to have two different shades of blue, kind of how close they should be to each other, kind of get an idea of how everything plays together. So now I'm not just looking for a yellow, I'm looking for a yellow that's going to look right next to that gray. When it calls out kind of a tan color, I know I'm looking for a tan like that really blends in well with the gray. And seeing these full color glossy pictures, I already have an idea of what colors I'm going for, and I'm going to mix a few myself, so I've got a really good reference for what I'm trying to end up with. It also gives you an idea of exactly how to lay down the decals and what they'll look like. First thing I'm wondering about is how in the world I'm going to do this decal across the top. It looks like it's one decal that you've had to kind of slice into sections. So make sure to leave me in the comments if you've ever done that decal before or if you have any tips. That's a big thing I'm wondering about right now. But that's the box. The next thing I want to look at is the instructions. Really simple instructions. There's that same design motif with Sisko. There's a picture of the runabout. 6 steps, not much at all. So assembling the nacelles, assembling the pylons. If you're not doing the sensor pod, I guess you only have 5 steps. Over on this side, you've kind of just joining up the main hull, adding a couple detail pieces, and then putting it all together. So that's a pretty simple model. And then across the back, kind of an advertisement for more Deep Space Nine sets. All right, we're going to take a look at the sprues and the parts in just a moment. But overall, I'm excited about this build. I think it's going to be fun. And no secret, probably a lot of that is because I love Deep Space Nine. It's my favorite Star Trek series. All right, guys, we're going to take a quick look at the decals. And look at the model. You don't need many decals. You're going to do all these panels by painting. Decals really wouldn't make sense. So looking at what you need decals for, it's really going to be your pennants, your registry, couple registries, and that's about it. It doesn't have all the lifeboats that big starships would have. It doesn't have the Aztec pattern that you need for a lot of the Enterprises. So pretty simple. These little orange squares could be a little harder with painting, so they're included on the decal sheet. And here we go. So we've got our pennants. Right in this big one it says USS Rio Grande, but you also have a couple other names here. So you can kind of cut that out and replace it with a different ship name if you like. We have the different registries for each ship and those little orange squares. Really not much at all as far as decals, and that's okay because you really don't need much. And like I said before, the one I'm really curious about is this one that looks like it is cut into pieces. That looks like it's this long one here on the top. I'm wondering if they gave me a spare. I don't know where the second one would be unless it goes across the bottom of the ship. So that one's definitely going to be a challenge. Probably a lot of careful measuring to kind of cut that into the right parts. Once again, if you have any tips on the decal, please put it down in the comments. I'd love to hear how you did it or your overall thoughts about the new box, the new packaging, the fact they've added a dome base. Let me know in the comments. Thank you.
All right, here are our sprue shots. Here's all of our clear parts for the runabout's windows, the nacelle grills, and the Bussard collectors. Round 2 has given us a dome base, and if you notice, that rod is hollow. That'll be great for running our wires. These come bagged, the 2 main holes, and everything is cast in kind of a fun blue color. So it's not white, but it is kind of a nice blue color. That should work pretty well. Couple of the parts for the pylons, that extra sensor pod sprue, and finally here we have a shot of those decals that we looked at a little bit earlier. So what do you guys think? Are you excited about the re-release of the USS Rio Grande? Are you planning on buying the kit? Are you planning on lighting it, building an interior? What are your plans? We'd love to hear in the comments down below what you think of this new model kit. And we would love it if you guys would like the video and subscribe to our channel to really help allscaletrek.com grow as a community so we can keep doing these product reviews. Thank you all very much for watching.